There was an empire that stretched from the Aegean Sea to the Indus River. An empire not built on destruction, but on control. It begins with Cyrus the Great, 550 BC. A tribal Persian king who did what others couldn't. He united warring peoples instead of crushing them. Cyrus defeated the Medes, conquered Lydia, modern Turkey, took Babylon without widespread destruction. He did not just conquer cities, he inherited civilizations. Cyrus allowed conquered peoples to keep their religion and customs, even freeing the Jews from Babylonian captivity. Under Darius I, the empire became a system. This wasn't chaos, it was administrative genius. The empire was divided into provinces called satrapies, each governed by officials, satraps, with standardized taxation, royal inspectors, the king's eyes and ears. The royal road connected the empire, over 2,500 kilometers. A message could cross the empire faster than any army could march. At its height, the Achaemenid Empire controlled 40 to 50 million people, possibly the largest population under one rule at the time. 3 continents, Asia, Africa, Europe, including key trade routes linking east and west. Its capital at Persepolis symbolized power, grand halls, tribute from all nations. The empire's greatest challenge came from small, defiant Greek city-states. Under Xerxes I, Greece was invaded, won at Thermopylae in the famed battle with the 300 Spartans and allies, but suffered defeat at Salamis. In essence, the greatest empire on earth was checked by divided and stubborn cities. Then came Alexander the Great. He defeated Persia in a series of decisive battles, burned Persepolis, and ended the empire in 330 BC. In the end, the empire was not destroyed from within, but broken by a single, relentless force. The Achaemenids left something deeper than conquest, a model for later empires, including Rome. Religious tolerance as policy, infrastructure, governance, and diplomacy. They did not just rule the world, they showed the world how to be ruled.